So, this is Inspector Schmidt. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. A Bavarian tale. Thank you to Active Fungus Studios for gifting me a key for this. It's gonna be an investigation game.
Schmidt, please travel to... what is the name again? Niederwolpershofen right away. I have no idea. We're in the middle of nowhere, I guess. Transport and accommodation have been arranged for you already. You will stay in at the pub, which is near the church somewhere. In these villages, in the end, everything is close to the church. Find the church and you will find the rest as well. Anyway, Mr. Griesbacher, the mayor there, is informed. Your task in the village is merely to complete your colleagues' reports. So to be clear, you collect information on the living conditions, wishes and complaints of the village people. Meaning you basically walk around, asking people about their living situation, write it down and report it. I would advise you not to show your face in the city before you found out every detail about the people in that place. And I don't want to hear a single complaint, Schmidt. Signed, Holler.
Really tiny subtitles. Doesn't seem like there's a way to change that. The spoken voice was a bit quiet too. Oh, controls nicely. Making me think of Mountain Blade a little. What are you doing alone out here in the forest?
I collect Schwammerl.
Mushrooms.
Yes, Schwammerl. You're probably not from around here. I pick mushrooms. Are you new here?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
You should be at home.
Home. Oh, it's no better there. I'd rather stay outside. Here you can always discover things that you can't explain. Just now, for example, I saw a bird pull out a worm from the ground at Sebastian's farm. And do you know what I thought?
No?
I was wondering why it has now hit this particular worm. Who decides that?
Then be eaten.
I wonder if I will ever get a good answer to that. Somehow, I am also afraid of it. But right now I'm not looking for an answer. Now I'm looking for tasty mushrooms, like the ones my mother used to make. Would you also like to collect some mushrooms for me? There are people here who say that they have secret powers. The mushrooms, not the people. I think 10 mushrooms are a good start.
That's what I do.
Oh, and listen. If you see my father, please don't tell him that I'm here. I don't want to get slapped again.
Jesus. Black henbane. Porcini mushroom. Oh, I can hide in foliage. 2 more. Unless that toadstool doesn't count. And we'll get another Puccini.
Let me see what you got. Great. Real splendid Schwammerl. And do you know what the best thing is?
No.
Schwammerl are so... I don't know. When I eat Schwammerl, I always feel better right away. Why don't you try it later? And what you should also try is the mushroom ragu from Kati in the Inn. It's delicious, I tell you. You will be amazed.
Mm-hmm. If you want to drive a hard line, a high value will help you balance negative reactions. Charisma is the impression you make on people and your ability to influence and impress others. Empathy is the ability to recognize the feelings or intentions of your counterpart. With ease you find the right tone for your conversation partner. With a high gut feeling you always make the right decision at crucial points even if you don't necessarily know why. Down-to-earth contemporaries may call you crazy, fluffhead, but in the end whoever is right, and that is usually you. Making whimsical statements a high score helps you balance negative reactions. High value in the attribute of acumen allows you to recognize connections and details that remain hidden to others, or in Bavarian, arrest. Whatever, but that's anything but a disadvantage as an investigator. Making reflective statements. High agility allows you to quickly search at the distance and elegantly pull yourself out of the affair. The reflexes can also give you advantage in many other dicey situations. High value skill, you can open unnecessarily locked doors without leaving a scratch. You also find it easy to get into the pockets of unsuspecting villagers. With high level of physicality, you can grip, grab, and make sure you get away. A well-built man makes an impression even on belligerent lads, yet the prejudice persists. What you don't have in your head, you'll have need in your arms. I guess just charisma for now.
Who could that be? For Christ's sake, do you think that's him? I don't think so. No robber looks like that.
How do you know all of a sudden? Have you ever seen him before, that guy Pascolini? Does he come to your place to play cards or what? Better once too careful than once too reckless.
Nah, I prefer dice to cards. I always have my dice with me.
Stop it with your stupid dice. You're always nagging me about it. Do you want to get on his nerves too?
I would always roll the dice with anyone. Would you like to play around?
Love to, but I don't know the rules yet.
Don't worry, the rules are really easy.
Right?
In principle, it's quite simple. You just have to roll a higher value than the difficulty. But just go ahead and try it. I will explain everything else in the game. There you go! But if you have a lower score, you can compensate. Just use the appropriate skill. If you run out of skill points, then you have, well, lost.
So is there gonna... This is how the charisma stuff will work. Talking to people.
Enough of this nonsense. We're on duty here. What do you want here anyway?
My name is Schmidt. I was sent here by the ministry in the city to make a report here.
No, we can't do that now. No one gets in or out of here. Not even you. This is an order from Mayor Griesbacher.
Are hearing problems common in the city? We can't let you in. Come back another time. There's nothing we can do about it now.
I assure you I'm not a robber.
Bertel, he says he's not a robber at all.
You be quiet now. What kind of normal person creeps around in the forest like that? We don't know anything about him. He just comes strutting along. Neither of us know him, and that's why he won't get in. And we don't play dice anymore either.
Listen to me very carefully. I have instructions from the very top, and I strongly advise you to clear the way for me now.
Just a thought. But what if he's really from the government?
Even if, I don't bloody care.
Ooh. The guards at the bridge won't let me into the village. How did you get past the guards?
With a very strong diversionary maneuver, and then sneak past. Oh yes, the Pascolinis. That gang puts brown stains in the pants of some in this town. You know what I mean. I also remember that I recently found a piece of paper with Pascolini on it. It's still here somewhere. I'm sure there's some information on it that we can use. But I'm not sure where it is anymore. Please take a look around, but look very carefully. Do you understand? Very carefully. The last time I saw it, I was standing over there by the barrel. That's all I remember. Stand over there. Maybe you'll be lucky and find it. If you find it, please bring it to me. As a small thank you, I will give you free pretzels. They're delicious and will certainly help with the search. It should be here somewhere. Pass auf Farben und Kreisch auf. Hörst dies? Hier muss sein. Dies ist zwar nicht der Steckbrief, aber Schwammerl sind immer gut.
Robber Johann Pascolini and his gang are wanted. The wanted man is accused of several crimes, including cattle theft, embezzlement, burglary, and trickery. He escaped imprisonment and is on the run. The wanted man is of tall stature, thin, and with a high forehead.
Perfect. I have an idea right away. I could pretend to the guards that the Pascolinis want to ambush them. Then they'll probably run away and you can sneak into the village without being seen. But you'll have to bring me a few things.
That's excellent. What do you need?
I think I can manage with a few sticks. 4 sticks would be good.
Where can I find sticks?
That's not so easy. I need nice sticks. They have to withstand something, not windy twigs. I'm sure you will find some good wood at the mill. Of course, you have to be careful that the guards don't catch you. There's a way in over there. I also have a key for the gate. The miller must have left it in the door, so I took it. Down by the water, a path leads along, where many bushes grow with beautiful blossoms. It's a great place to hide. There are guys wandering around everywhere. One of them is a real tough dog. He'll knock you back into town with one fell swoop. I'm curious to see how you'll do. Or if.
Mm-hmm. Let's do this thing here.
Ernstl, I think that the Pascolini gang is really hiding in the forest.
You think they moved from Dachauer Moos all the way to Wolpertshofen? But there's nothing to get here, is there?
Well, you know those shady bandits. They'll cut your throat for a penny. Donizel told me that Pascolini once cut off a man's head with a can simply because he was standing in his way. Doesn't matter. I still don't want to get caught by Pascolini.
Yes, you are right. There are better things than getting a beating from some crooks.
Mm-hmm. Got some tea. Oh, hell yeah. Get my pretzel power back.
Yes, great. Then we can tinker. I'll show you how I would do it. I have drawn a plan for you. You'd better put it in your pocket right away. First I'll explain it to you and then you can look at it. Let me know when you have understood the plan. In the meantime, I'm nibbling my Schwammerl.
Go for it.
Wonderful. What you need now is a workplace. I'm sure the barrel behind me will do. Why don't you try to make a doll there? But not a tiny little puppet. A proper Pascolini. Give me the doll when it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Lord in heavens, I almost thought that you had slain a Pascolini while tinkering and dragged him along. We wait until the sun goes down, then we start. In the meantime, I'll clean some mushrooms. The time has come. Pay attention. I will explain our plan again. When the two guards get really scared, I come out of the bushes with the doll. Our secret word is Mama. When I hear that, I come out. It's sure to get those trousers off those two brainiacs, I tell you. Then hopefully, they will leave right away. And you can go to the bridge and roll the barrel away. And then you can... what do you actually want? Where do you have to go?
I have to go to the inn of the woman Geschwender.
Ah, Mrs. Gschwendner, not Geschwendner. It's quite simple. You walk through the village on the main road and you will see the inn straight away. There are a few beer benches in front of it and the lights are always on. Just an inn. But be careful, there are also guards running around everywhere in the village. You're welcome. We should be on our way now. It was nice to meet you. And please don't tell my father or the guards that you saw me. Otherwise the Pascolinis are the least of my problems, I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm. confrontation. For heaven's sake, I'm just walking along and suddenly a bunch of robbers appear in front of me. It must be those Pascalinis. You have to flee immediately.
Bertel, did he say Pascolini? Did I hear that right?
Betraying the boy. Damn. Unless there are other Pascalinis in the area besides the Pascalinis from Dachauer, Moss, we should take our heels and see that we get away.
Am I crazy? How does he know that? Is he just trying to mess with us?
Don't you understand? If the skinny guy with the big forehead gets his hand on us, he isn't gonna just mess with us. He's way too dangerous.
Ernst, it sounds exactly like the description on the wanted posters. He must have met him. That's not good.
If you want to confront and stop the robbers, I could give your families a last message. Who should I contact? I would really like to go now. Okay, here we go.
Maybe he's right. There are only 2 of us, Ernst. Who knows how many Pascolinis there are? What if they really do have weapons? Ay, ay, ay.
I'm so scared I want to go home to my mom.
Ernstl, let's get out of here. I think this is just mad. I don't want to die today.
Where should we go? They are everywhere.
Over there! Down on the right! And then run!
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was missing some information there. But I made do with my charisma. All of the achievements are in German. Oh shit. What the hell is this music? Phew. That is poison. I haven't played too many games where you use a roll system like this. I think Baldur's Gate is a big one on those. Pretzels. Yeah, I guess that's just a random shine then. Ah, damn it. Oh, it doesn't pause. Jesus. I should look for a lantern. What the fuck does that mean? And I think C is for light. Try to press that to crouch. That the place? Oh, it's only the white ones that I can take cover in. Yeah, so beer gives you strength. What the hell is that? Inedible from noon on. What? Need to get something to heal me. Place is very quiet between the forest and the river. Every deep breath, every crunch of pebbles under the soles of shoes seems unnaturally loud. A house candles burning inside, that's the inn. Someone must still be awake. A voice is heard in the inn, a man is speaking.
Catty, thanks for the coffee. Otherwise, I would have fallen asleep again. Sleeping under a tree with a murderer running around? I could have been killed in my sleep.
So someone sleeping under a tree back there. Was she sleeping inside? The attempt to unobtrusively catch a glimpse of the flower box through the window succeeds. Inside the house, a woman is wiping down the tables. Meanwhile, a man puts on his jacket and adjusts his armband. The guards at the river also wore such a band. He should not realize that someone is sneaking around here. It's better to hide quickly again in the darkness. The man looks neither to the left nor the right. He hurries away at a brisk pace. He seems not to have noticed anything, but he is not yet out of sight. It would be better to wait a moment longer. The footsteps become quieter and quieter, only the moon casts a little light on the place, then suddenly a woman's voice sounds.
You're the Mr. Townsman, right? The mayor told us you would be visiting. However, tell me, how did you get in here?
Very true, Valentin Schmidt. My name. I assume you are Mrs. Geswender. Actually, that wasn't so easy.
Alright, now get in here before anyone else sees you. This certainly won't please the fellas.
Takes you by the arm, pulls you into the guest room and locks the door again.
You're probably wondering what's going on here. It's not normal, not even here. However, since 2 days, everyone is running around like headless chickens, and it's dangerous in the forest at night, as you may very well know. Yeah, my, how do you look? A bit worn out.
The landlady lets the gaze wander from crown to sole.
Oh, what am I always talking about? You must be dead tired. Come on, I'll show you to your room. It's just up the stairs, second door on the left. You should talk to the mayor first thing in the morning. I'll show you on your card.
Go to the room closest, peace at last. The bed is hard, but that doesn't make up for it today. Night was restless and short. Outside the inn, the sun shines down unflinchingly on the strange place. Like a mist, a tense atmosphere lies over the village. You'll beaten to shit. That dude's still under the tree. You good? Used to be. Had to go to the doctor. Egg. I guess it's a projectile weapon. I think that's the doctor over there. But it's locked away.
What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman?
Like to buy something. Oh, there we go.
Howdy! Do I know you?
I introduce myself. My name is Valentin Schmidt.
Servus, Valentin. I'm the Schorsch.
Nice to meet you. Oh. What was that? Would like to ask you something about the inn.
Because of how things work here with Cathy and me, you mean? I'll explain it to you.
With pleasure.
Cathy doesn't like to talk about it. Well, about the whole thing. The inn belonged to her late husband, August. It wasn't a happy marriage, but I don't know much about that either. Sometimes Mother Quentner tells a little something, but she's not really there anymore either. Maybe you've noticed it yourself. In any case, Cathy insists on her maiden name again, since August died. Quentner. August's name was Brauner. He took over the business from his parents and continued it with Cathy. And I think Cathy also likes doing that here. People like her. Her mushrooms are popular in the whole county and she has a certain assertiveness. No, it's all right with Cathy and the inn, but... And I certainly won't tell you anything new. When August was no more, Cathy had a problem. Working as a single woman and then also in an inn is difficult enough. Running a shop like that by yourself? We don't even need to think about that. Of course, that was not an option. It takes a man to do it. A woman can't. I had just arrived in Wolpertshofen and spent the first few days here in the inn. At the same point, I sat for a while in the evening. Cathy and I got to talking, and in the end, we had an agreement. Outwardly, I run the inn. Cathy does the rest. I help her where I can, even with her mother. I have a roof over my head, Cathy has support, and can keep the business. And the people in the village keep quiet. Most of the time, it's more important how things look and not how they actually are. Ouch! I shouldn't have said that. Please don't tell Cathy. She'll tear my head off. Ouch, pinch. I'll end up in Hell's Kitchen. I'd better get back to work before I blab anymore. It was nice, Mr. Schmidt.
Would you like to play a game of dice with me?
No thanks.
What can I do for you, Mr. Townsman?
How do we find the mayor?
Just head east, through the small passage between the two courtyards. I also marked it for you on your map. What can I do for...
Where am I on this map? Are you the mayor?
You are the gentleman from the city, right? Well, come along, Xoffer Griesbacher. I am the mayor here in town. You are truly sent from heaven. Terrible things are happening here. And at such an inopportune time, just when the village policeman Rupp is away. He usually takes care of such things, you know. Now, of all times, things are going haywire here. Everyone is in a tizzy. Such an atrocity in our beautiful village.
Want to be the mayor here? Yeah, will pull yourself together.
Well, it's easy for you to say. In the city, such things may be commonplace. It happens there every now and then. But here, with us, in Wolpertshofen, there has never been such a thing. How should one deal with something like that? Everyone is still shocked, I can tell you. A catastrophe that will go down in the village chronicles.
What exactly happened?
You want to know what exactly happened? Well, I do not know at all where to start. Everything, yes, everything seems to happen at once. Yesterday, late in the evening, it seems like it almost happened again. Bertel and Ernst, the two almost faced the Maker. Good that the two are such brave and smart guys. Otherwise it would have been over with them. I'm telling you, evil is out there, creeping around the houses, hatching sinister plans and terrorizing the people here in town.
Mm-hmm. What is everyone so effeminate about to get so worked up over trifles? I suck. Just trying to make a little joke. I had no intention of frightening anyone.
What are you talking about? Of course, everyone here is scared. There's a murderer loose in Wolpertshofen. Just yesterday, we found poor Lenz, dead, beaten to death, haunted by evil. Oh my, what shall I do?
Ah, the mayor. You have come to an inopportune moment.
Oh, we see our face.
Coming to pick up the body of his son. Let's go outside if you have something to discuss.
No, don't let us disturb you. We'll be right back. Mr. Schmidt, you can see what's going on here. Lenz is dead, the murderer is at large, the policeman is not here, and the teacher is threatening to start a revolution. Of course, Mr. Schmidt, of course. Of all things, there was an argument on Holy Sunday at Kathy's Inn. People like to meet there after the service. You're also staying there, if I'm not mistaken. As I said, we are a decent village here, with righteous people. But young Leubel is always stirring up trouble with his crazy ideas. Any means will do for him. There was another disagreement that evening, and it got a bit heated. I think the gentlemen have had quite a lot of schnapps, if you know what I mean. In any case, our dear Pastor Bayerle and young Leubel were quite at each other's throats. It has become a bit personal, I must say. Actually, Rupp would have then intervened. He's like the village policeman here. And now we need him for once, and he's not here. He's always stood by the priest. Not at all because they have so much to do with each other, but rather they are both men of decency. I'd put my hand in the fire for those two. And young Leubel just wouldn't give up. Then Lenz interfered as well. That's all that was needed. Schorsch didn't want to let it stand like that. Schorsch is actually a nice guy. He also likes to sit at the pub last night too, yes. Anyway, it got physical. That's how they are. They always act so intellectual, but in the end, they talk with their fists. It wasn't a fight or anything like that. Don't get the wrong idea. They just had a bit of a tussle, but it really wasn't that bad. That was all over in a moment. The more sensible people then went home. That was enough. Others stayed and wanted to continue to drink more beer. Lenz too. And the next morning, Lenz is lying dead over there in the puddle, and there's a lot of screaming. Leubel is running around, accusing people. He won't calm down. You have to help me. Otherwise, the whole situation will get out of control.
I will take care of it.
Good, quite good. That's how we do it. That will take some convincing, but you'll do it. Just please don't dawdle around. This must be clarified immediately.
Any more information that could help me in my conversation with this Mr. Leubel? Okay, so you're gonna pay the amount of points you missed.
I almost forgot. You don't have to tell him that I sent you. I don't think he'd like that. He's not big on authority. Just say you're here for your reports. I'll check on things at my home. You talk to Leubel and ask the people in the village. We have to find this murderer.
Seems like an interesting game. A lot of thought seems to have gone into it, but the execution is a bit lacking. Seems like a very goofy atmosphere. I guess I haven't seen many shows and stuff like this. Makes me think of a Hercule Poirot, I think that's what the show is called.
You must be the young man from the city. How inconvenient for you to arrive here just now. We have to admit that all hell is breaking loose. A young man was lying dead in the street. No one wants anything to do with it. And then there is an outlaw named Pascolini who has been spotted in the area.
Sometimes it automatically continues, sometimes it doesn't.
Yesterday, 2 young men were attacked again. It is difficult to say who is responsible. But what brings you to us in the first place? Can I help you in any way?
You examined the dead man.
Of course. Under these circumstances, anything else would be negligent. I cannot and will not divulge any detail here. But it is clear to me that there was an external influence. Certainly, this was not a natural death. Lenz was also a vigorous young man. He didn't just drop dead.
You are the local doctor.
That's right. My name is Schweighöfer Harald.
As a doctor, I'm responsible for the whole district. We don't have such high density of doctors here as in the city. I have to take care of a few villages. Fortunately, we have been spared from the cursed cholera that is currently ravaging the country again. Cholera always shows its ugly face when the High Lords think they have to play war. Many soldiers in a confined space, unbelievable hygienic conditions, poor supply of food and clean drinking water, and nasty injuries. A cholera is happy about that. But what am I talking about here? I don't want to bore you.
It's extremely interesting you don't bore me in the slightest. Yes, please get to the point. I don't have all day pretty much the same answers. Get to the point.
I thought so.
They didn't get to the point though.
So who are you? Has Griesbacher already called for support? First they beat Lenz to death and then they shit their pants. That's just like them.
That's exactly what it is.
But you really don't look like your strong support. We will not be stopped. We will not be intimidated by these reactionary buggers.
Exactly. That's how it is.
What does LaSalle say? History is a struggle with misery, and we will take this struggle upon us. Let me give you some advice. Don't get in our way.
You
this
better
can
watch out.
end badly.
Mm-hmm. Are you the teacher, Leubel?
That's me. What do you want from me? Whose side are you on? Are you with this murderous traditionalist pack around our mayor?
I don't know this place or its people. I am not on anybody's side. I don't have much love for traditions or hierarchies. I am certainly not on their side.
Look at that. I wouldn't have thought so, I admit, but that's good to know. Well, be it as it may, what was your name again? And what do you want in Wolpertshofen?
Schmidt, physics reporter, I'll let you do your stuff and you let me do my work, then we'll get along.
Ah, you know what you want. Well, that's fine with me. Yes, that's right. You were announced. My name is Leubel, Corbinian Leubel. I'm the teacher here in town. However, it might be a bit difficult with your report right now. You have chosen a most inopportune time. It will really be the best if you devote yourself to the good old Schlossbergbräu from Kathi until this matter is settled. Last night, an innocent citizen was beaten to death right beneath our eyes. And our fine mayor once again shines through his incompetence. Did he send you?
No, not the mayor. I'm here on another assignment. I'm here because of the physics report.
In a neutral position then? That could be an advantage. The mayor and these buffoons were suddenly playing militia for him. Arch-conservative scum. Apart from the fact that he is not allowed to do that at all. If I am not mistaken, only the Ministry of the Interior has the authority to do so. The same Ministry of the Interior that is supposed to have sent you. Do you know about this ridiculous militia? Did you authorize it yourself in the end?
As if I would ever approve such a thing. No, I absolutely agree with you. It's complete nonsense.
I'm glad to hear that. Poor Lenz. Lenz Klaus, the son of the old Schormeyer. They found him dead in the street. Lenz was not weak. He would have known how to defend himself. Someone must have hit him from behind. And everyone keeps their mouths shut, but not us. As LaSalle said, this is the power of speaking out what is. This is the most powerful political means. No one dares to say who the murderer is, but after what happened last night, none of those hangers-on can tell me nothing. Now we have to act. And I'm telling you this for the last time. Do not interfere. Go to the pub and get drunk. We'll soon have this settled and then you can do your work.
Mr. Loibel, may I suggest something to you? I will question the suspect, perhaps I can achieve more as an outsider.
Maybe that's not a bad idea. But I won't wait forever, I tell you. You're an odd fella. But somehow, I feel I can trust you. I'm counting on you. Find the killer. If I were you, I would first talk to our fine mayor before he pisses himself. Go ahead and tell him that we won't be fooled.
Yeah, don't worry about that demonic circle, that's just me leveling up. Can you tell me what happened the night before the murder? There was an argument.
Oh yes, there was an argument. A real fight with our fine mayor and his ass-kissers. I have only told what injustice prevails everywhere. Because as LaSalle said, it is and always will be the most revolutionary act to say out loud what is. But they are unresponsive to reasonable arguments. They were just looking for a fight. Ever since we lost the unspeakable war against Prussia, everyone has been looking for an scapegoat. And that's what us supposed to be right now.
Who are we?
Well, those here in town who think outside the box. Anything that smells of progress is immediately sent packing in this town. Damn Higgs.
What exactly does that have to do with the war against Prussia?
What kind of question is that? Of course no one is happy about our defeat. Perhaps it was the wrong idea from the start to side with Austria. But you really don't want to side with the Prussians either. We should have just stayed out of it altogether. But at latest, when the damned Prussians won at Königgrätz, it was clear to everyone that we were not on the winning side. Well, I wouldn't give a damn if it wasn't for the little men who had to face the music just because they want to play war up there. Since then, the mood hit rock bottom, and instead of calming down, they now seem to have to pick a fight with us. And they can have their fight. We certainly won't back down.
Who do you think is the murderer?
It's obvious. Definitely one of them. They didn't want to take such a defeat lying down. I don't think it was the priest himself. Maybe Alois. But I think Schorsch was lying in the wait for Lenz. He wanted his revenge. Then he just knocked him out somehow. Schorsch could hardly walk anymore. He probably completely underestimated his strength. Something like that can happen. And now he has to be held responsible. But who is going to do it? The policeman is prowling around once again. The mayor is also a crony of the whole route. So let's put justice in the hand of the people and act ourselves. We are prepared. We will confront George ourselves. And if they try to get in our way, we won't shy away from violence either. I haven't always kept my rifle in good shape for nothing.
What can you tell me about the murder victim, Lenz?
Poor Lenz. Lenz Glass of the Schwarmeyer farm. His father owns it. Really not a particularly sympathetic fella, that is. The father. One wonders how it came about that Lenz was so open-minded. With a father like this. In the past, we didn't have much to do with each other, Lenz and I. But since I came back from Munich, things have changed. We often talked about the world and politics. He was always in favor of a pan-German solution. I never understood that. But still, he was a good friend. And then he lies there, beaten to death in the street. And now laid out on the farm by his insufferable father. Those bloody reactionaries!
You know where the body is now laid out?
Yes, he is laid out at his father's at the Schwarmeyer farm. They have just picked him up, head west out of the village along the forest path for quite a while. That's where the farm is.
Please tell me a few more details about the evening of the murder. Who was present?
Who was present? I was sitting with Schweighöfer, the doctor, Lenz and Hans Kirgel. 1 or 2 tables away was our pastor Bayerle with Schorsch and Alois. We were chatting away and drinking a beer when the priest started his litany. First the war and now us. We disturb the peace of the village, he said. We're causing trouble and putting nonsense into people's heads. That sort of thing. Schweighöfer simply remarked that the priest had no idea about real life and even less about the war. With the church's money, you could really help people, but it looks like nobody wants that. No, he prefers to sit comfortably in his parish and doesn't give a damn about the rest. Bayerle didn't even react to that. He's too good for that. But Schorsch got really angry. He stood up in front of us and shouted about us being sent off. Sent off! How ridiculous! Schweighöfer could only laugh, but Schorsch didn't like that at all. He grabbed him by the scruff on the neck and dragged him out. Lenz went right in between. He and Schorsch even had a bit of a scuffle. Lenz scored quite well a few times. Very well, in fact. Schorsch quickly let go and the whole rout left. Serves them right. To be honest, we really got shit-faced afterwards. We wanted to celebrate this small victory. Around 10:30, we said goodbye in front of the pub. I walked straight home.
Thank you for the information. And you also know where Lenz was found?
Poor Lenz was found in a puddle on the western edge of the village. Not far from the inn. I'm afraid you can still see all the blood.
There's a notice here, it's already very weathered and hard to read. Decipher. This is one of the teacher's notices, a quote: "Without passion, not a single one of those mighty liberations has been led whose succession forms the history of the world." Ferdinand Lassalle. He really likes that one. Okay, but we have another game to try out as well. Real Estate Simulator. Let's give that one a try as well.